Hey, get on with it, will you? Get some ID, find a purse or a wallet. You deal with him, will you?
Nasty one.
Yes, mate, it's a payment.
Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, just go back to your vehicle, we'll sort out the towing later.
Hey, S03E2828. What's he doing?
It's not the time or the place to leave the vehicle out of the scene, will you?
You, take your hike.
Constable McKinley!
I was here first.
We'll sort out the towing later, go back to your vehicles. Now
You
move your vehicle out of the
therefore
scene.
just
Come on, Sal,
stupid.
do us a favour, will you? Come on, mate, go back to your vehicle, we'll sort it out later. Go on, chop, Sal, come on. What's your problem?
There's no problem, I'm fine. Yeah, no, I'm okay. Give me a break, please.
Hey, paperwork, get your head around that.
How bad was it?
That was a shocker. Two teenagers, both fatal, no ID. We checked the reg, it belongs to Albert Sinclair up in Bennett Street.
Well, it's not on here, so it hasn't been reported stolen.
He lent it to them. Their Uncle Bert, he lets Brian drive the car sometimes.
Brian?
Brian Dawson and his sister Sue.
Do you know them?
I used to.
Cooper, see if you can find the approved repairer file for me.
Yeah, righto, boss. Tough one.
Mm-hmm.
You all right?
Why wouldn't I be?
Anybody see it happen?
No, not as far as we know.
Cause?
No, it's not a black spot and any skid marks to indicate speeding.
Oh, booze, drugs.
No, the kid just lost it, I reckon.
You okay?
Well, it's stupid, isn't it? I mean, there's no need for it to happen.
Peep later.
How'd you guess?
Well, presumably McKinley can tell us where we can find the parents. How did she cope?
No, she didn't.
Well, she did know both the victims.
Yeah, it's tough being a copper in your hometown, I guess.
Boss, here's the file you wanted.
Get your hair cut, Cooper.
I must say I've been expecting something like this. She thinks she's bulletproof. Sooner or later, she was bound to find out she isn't.
PJ, the gift shop on High Street just reported a burg last night. They cleaned out all the silverware.
What, another one?
Yep.
Starting to get embarrassing.
And the copies of the briefs you requested came down the line.
Thank you.
I'm not going to make it to the pub tonight either for the darts match. Sorry about that.
Well, you're not the adrenaline junkie I thought you were, Doyle.
PJ, I'm thinking of moving in with Roman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a big move.
It is, I know. Yeah.
You, gonna do it?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I am.
So why are you telling me?
Well, because I thought that it'd be good to be up front, and because you're my friend, and because I know the kind of flack that I'm going to cop around
give you
here.
any flack.
Of course I'm going to
If that's what you want, then good on you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I stuffed up this morning.
If you've got a problem with it, you should talk to someone about it.
It's just that I grew up with both of them.
Are they mates?
Yeah, they were my mates, especially Sue.
And why didn't you say?
I don't know. I couldn't believe that it had actually happened.
Yeah, you do know that we looked for the dog.
Get the sketch right, you got north facing the wrong way.
Nick, has anyone told Mrs. Dixon?
No, I'm going to go do that now.
I'll do it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, all right.
G'day, Sal.
Word with the boss.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, son?
Business. Thought I'd drop in. Save you a little bit of time and trouble.
It's very neighbourly of you. What business?
Authorised repairer contract. I'm nice and early.
Contract up for renewal already? Where does the time go?
Where do I sign?
I can't very well accept any bids till the tender's been issued, can I, sir?
Oh, Tom, I get the contract every year. Why don't we just scrub the red tape?
Because I wouldn't feel very comfortable doing it that way, Sal.
Well, only trying to do you a favour, mate. You're a busy man. You got a station to run, crims to catch.
It's
I'm
very
just trying-
thoughtful of you, Sal. Why don't you just put in the bid with the rest of them like every year?
Now, what if the contract runs out and one of those crates you drive breaks down? I won't be able to help you, will I?
It'll be in the paper, Sal.
Oh, Dad!
Hi, Mrs. Dawson.
Oh, Sue told me you were back. Oh, gee, you look smart in your uniform. You've just missed Sue. Brian's taken her into St David's to do some shopping. Oh, hi. Tell me all about the big smoke.
Mrs. Dawson, I'm here officially. There's been an accident.
Has there what?
The car that Brian was driving came off the road and it hit a lamppost.
Uncle Bert's car? Oh, God.
There was nothing that anyone could do.
Are they hurt? Are they?
I'm afraid that they're dead, Mrs. Dawson.
They're what?
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Where are they? Where? No.
Come inside. Come inside.
No. Where?
Hey? Oh, it won't start. Usually these things are pretty good.
Shane Conroy.
How are you? You, know anything about cars?
It's either your fuel solenoid or ignition module.
Yeah?
I fix these things for a living, I should know. Mr.
Oh, Hashem, PJ.
Shane. Tell you what, I could take you around to the workshop. Oh, have you back on the road by tomorrow.
Well, the car's under a maintenance contract.
Ah, you're with the company, are you?
Nah, I'm a detective.
Oh!
So, usual bloke's got to do it.
Well, hang on. If you don't pay me, you're not breaking any contracts, are you?
Well, that's very generous of you, Shane, but we can't accept freebies.
No, I don't mind. I'm new in town. If you're happy with the job, you tell your mates. I presume you've got better things to do than sit around waiting for that other bloke. I could get a start on it right now.
Yeah?
Liam. Liam. Finish that feed yet? Mate. Well, I've got other jobs here, not to work on your own car, understand? PJ, meet Liam. PJ Hashem, local detective.
There you go, Liam. Yeah.
My apprentice. Also my son. Boys in their cars, eh?
Yes, I can vaguely remember it.
It's his licence tomorrow. Then we'll get this business on the road. That golden moment when they hand you the keys to the highway. So the road's all yours, son.
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't take you literally, eh?
No worries. He's a natural.
Yeah. So, Shane, what you tell the other blokes, eh? Would their cars be ready tomorrow as well?
Some. But you're ahead of the queue, PJ.
Have you got a death wish or something?
Look, boss, I know what you're going to say.
Then why are we having this conversation? You know that Faulkner's red hot on freebies. He'll go berserk over this.
No, it wasn't a freebie. It was a good deed.
Just go and get the car back from Conroy and take it over to Sal straight away. And I mean straight away.
And how's that going to look?
I didn't say I like it, but as long as Sal's got the contract, he fixes all the cars. Are we clear on that?
Sal, perfect. You're lucky if I get the car back in a week.
I know.
How'd you go?
I called her sister and she brought over a Valium.
You right?
I'm fine.
Good, eh?
So you reckon this Conroy bloke's ridgy-didge?
Oh, yeah. He's got a good attitude and he's keen for work.
Well, mention the tender.
St David's called PJ. They think they might have found some of the stuff in the Jameson job.
All right. No, boss, I'm going to need somebody to go out there and identify this stuff.
Look at me, brother. I'm too busy here.
Well, me, I can't drive.
Oh, I know you can't drive. We all know you can't drive, Dash. You're about as much use as tits on a
All
bull.
right, PJ.
Boss, we've got a crime wave out there and she can't do the job as an unqualified driver.
Doyle can go out there for
So
you
what
when
am I
she gets
supposed
back.
to do around here when I need a hand?
If you can't wait for Doyle, then go out to the Jamisons yourself and tell Conroy the car goes to Sal. Oh, and take her with you. After we've had a word, McKinley. My office. You feeling okay? I could organise for you to take the rest of the day off if you need it.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
You didn't need to go and see Mrs. Dawson yourself, you know.
I wanted to.
So you went on your bike.
How else was I supposed to get there?
How much longer does your police licence suspension have to run?
I'm not sure. Actually, I think it could be up, but I haven't got around to reapplying just yet.
Then do something about it. Make an application to take the driver awareness program today. Get that licence back. You can't do the job properly without it, and it's a pain in the neck to the others.
Yes, Tom.
McKinley, look, I hear you had a few problems out at the accident scene this morning.
It's only because I knew the victims.
That sort of reaction to accident trauma is nothing to be ashamed of.
Look, it won't happen again, I promise.
Yes, it will. Why do you think officers aren't usually transferred to their own home areas? Because you could suddenly find yourself arresting someone who used to be your best friend, or going through what you went through out there this morning.
I can handle it. Really.
I don't think it'd hurt to have some counselling.
Look, Saturday nights at Fitzroy, they could be murder. Literally. I've attended plenty of accidents. It wasn't a problem there. It won't be a problem here.
Drop this in at the Gazette office for me while you're out with PJ. I want it in tomorrow's edition. It's the ad inviting tenders for the approved repairer contract.
Is that all?
Make the application for your licence test before you leave the station. I can't afford any lame ducks on the payroll.
Hi. Oh, you look happy.
Do I?
Positively glowing.
Are you taking the Mickey?
lunches.
Thanks.
It's just the cynic coming out in me. I think true romance belongs to big, glossy novels.
Well, I wouldn't call it true romance.
Well, I don't know. There's that lonely farmhouse, the dashing lover, the heroine, independent and resourceful with a heart just waiting to be won.
Oh, will you please cut it out?
All you need now is the bad weather on the moors.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks a lot.
No worries.
Well, you know, I think you are right. I'm happy. I'm actually thinking of moving in with him.
You're thinking about it?
Yep. Well, what do you reckon?
Well, after the pitch I just gave you, how could you resist?
No, Chris, I need to know. What would you do?
Oh, Maggie, look, it's not up to me. What do you want to do?
Well, I feel like I'm ready to make the commitment to him.
Well, good-o.
Well, it feels right, but why am I always looking for a catch?
Oh, look, let's just get this straight. I'm the cynic. You're in love. Just enjoy it.
Yep. Thanks.
Mate, I'm really sorry.
I'm not offended, PJ. After all, I offered. We're at the mercy of rules and regulations.
Yeah, but if I'd known this was going to happen, I wouldn't have left it here in the first place. How you going?
Well, you can take it back to this bloke, but it's done.
Oh, mate,
No, don't worry about it.
Well, let me give you something for it.
Put your wallet away. I'll get your keys.
You like it?
Yeah.
So what do I call you?
Constable McKinley.
She goes. I'll take you for a ride sometime.
What happens if you don't get your licence tomorrow?
Oh, no worries. I've been driving since I was 10. Dad used to let me hoon around in the paddocks when we lived outside Dubbo.
It's not a paddock out there.
Listen to this. Sounds magic.
I'm not interested in cars, all right? Turn it off!
Ready to go, Constable? Adam, can I borrow you, please? I need someone with a driver's license.
Sure.
Tony, try that. Thanks, mate.
Tony, Hearn, what can we do for you?
I want to report a crime.
Well, you come to the right place, mate. What's up?
Mate, it's my car. It's been vandalised. I come out of the supermarket. It won't start. I check. A transmission. It's leaking like a sieve.
Yeah, this wouldn't be one of the cars from your yard, would it?
Don't be like that.
No, mate, I just want to know if you got to claim insurance on this one, too.
I stand by
Every car you
vehicle I
sell. He's done the ad.
Yeah, but this one's my own personal car.
All right, OK. Well, you know, mate, cars do break down, Tone, don't they?
Well, they do have the coolant lines being cut.
Yeah, all right. That's a bit of a drag. Sounds like criminal damage. Forms.
I can do that for you, Nick, if you like.
Yeah, all right.
McKinley.
No, you're stuck with me, Tony.
You made that appointment yet?
Oh, is this going to help Nick out?
Nick is perfectly capable of handling a routine inquiry. Getting your licence back is a priority. I don't want to have to tell you again.
Do you see anyone hanging around when...
No.
No, because it sounds like kids to me, you know, they like to hang around and see. You know that...
Yeah, hi, I'd like to make an appointment for the driver's awareness test, please.
Mate, I think you're overreacting a bit.
I'm a detective, mate. I'm not a bloody taxi driver.
Why do you
am I?
drive like one?
Well, shut up.
It's the way you take your hands off the wheel.
Look, it's ridiculous that Adam had to leave the station and pick up that car, and she hasn't got to drive.
Hello, PJ.
Hi, Dash. How are you?
Hey, Shane.
PJ!
Nice to see you.
That sedan of yours hasn't had a relapse, has it?
No, mate, it's running well. Shane Conroy, Sergeant Croydon.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Sergeant.
Same goes.
PJ just told me about the tender I'll be putting into bed.
Glad to hear it. The ad will be in tomorrow's paper.
Oh,
You're right.
I'm fine.
Listen, if it's about your licence, don't worry about it. I mean, we can be partners. I'll do the driving.
Who asked you?
Hey, I only meant that...
Look, I don't want anyone doing anything for me, all right? I'm going home.
What's wrong with her?
Mate, don't worry about it. Bit unnecessary, wasn't it?
Don't like being patronised.
Grow up. It's just been a
No,
mate.
Tom told me I had to get my licence back. I have to wait the whole month now. He's going to be nagging me the whole time. I don't need it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I'm going home.
Get a light in that bike.
Need to go past. Gets his spurs tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, Shane. That's all we need is another fresh-faced 18-year-old with his first car.
Know what you mean, Tom. Remember your first car?
Yes.
When any of us survived. Accidents waiting to happen.
Yes, I suppose so.
Tom's phone, Patsy.
He's trouble.
Why you blokes a beer?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Nick. Yeah, again, thanks.
Thank you very much, mate.
Oh, Patsy, is it Anna? No, well, I just thought... Yeah, I'll be home shortly. I didn't say 5 minutes, I said
Surely, are you?
Yeah, good. There you go. Glass grey label. Thank you.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Have a good night, Maggie.
Oh, I will.
Social life. Now, where am I
Thanks,
going to
Nick.
find a girl who's going to drive 20 Ks and buy the drinks?
Shut up.
Hey,
I said shut up.
Same again, Shane.
I'm going to make tracks. Thanks for the
Sergeant
same,
Croydon.
Shane.
I see you've made yourself a new mate.
You've met Shane, have you, son?
Hard to miss him. You'll have my tender for the contract on your desk first thing in the morning.
Good-o. I'll put it with all the others.
He's already got his in, hasn't
That'll do, Sal. You've got your foot over a very thin line.
he? Don't think I don't know what you're up to, mate. You're starting to irritate
I
me.
said that's enough.
You're thin-skinned tonight, Croydon. But then so am I. I don't like getting shafted. I won't wear it.
Now, do you think Sales knows he's out of job?
I picked up a few of his customers in the last few weeks. It's all bark, really.
Oh, don't worry about Sal. Some people can only learn the hard way.
Yeah, Leon, if you wouldn't mind checking, it's Professor Kellerman. Yeah, unofficially. He's a criminal.
PJ, we've got another bit. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. I'll bring the sausages. Yeah, okay. Bye, mate. So, what's up?
We've got another burglar out in Boundary Road, a Mrs. Lucan. That's the address.
Hmm? Oh, what's missing?
The jewellery, silverware, that type of thing. They got in the back door.
Okay, same MO?
Yep. Now, she's an elderly lady, Mrs. Lucan. Go easy.
Do it. No, mate, rank cats or something. You take
I'm
it
not.
back.
You do it, Dash.
Go away, it's going
Using you lot?
No, boss, just your lunch. Your sister brought it in.
Oh, for heaven's sake, what's she done
I
now?
think it looks like a bit of a salad.
She got you on a diet, is she?
This looks more like the stuff that's
old
been
Jenny Craig.
killing my front lawn. Get rid of it, Cooper. My usual lunch order stand. Can I help you?
I'm Kathy Dawson.
Sergeant Croydon, Mrs. Dawson. Our sympathy for your loss.
I just want to know what happened. Can anybody tell me that?
This is Senior Constable Nick Schultz. He was officer in charge at the scene of the accident.
How do you do, Mrs. Dawson? Just come through here. And, just through here, thanks. Just take a seat there. Can I get you a cup of tea or something like that?
No.
Now, you're a young fellow...
Brian?
Yes, Brian. He was driving the vehicle, and the vehicle left the road and it struck a telegraph pole. No, he wasn't speeding.
Then why?
He wasn't under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Someone ran him off the road.
Well, the accident investigation section are pretty certain that didn't happen, Mrs. Dawson.
Well, then what did happen? There has to be a reason, doesn't there? Doesn't there?
Do you drive a car, Mrs. Dawson?
Of course I drive a car.
Do you remember what it was like when you first started to drive a vehicle, you know, before you stopped thinking about what your hands and your eyes and your feet were
It
supposed
was
to
a
be?
really long time ago.
Well, I do. I was pretty full of myself when I started to drive a car. My auntie had given me this old Cortina of hers, and I was just driving a mate off to footy practice, and we were just chatting.
Why won't you tell me the reason?
and I found myself on the wrong side of the road. Now, fortunately, nothing was coming the other way, and I was very lucky. Your children weren't. And it only takes one mistake, Mrs. Dawson.
One mistake, and both my kids have gone. I want someone to blame. You're not helping me much. Sorry.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I know that, but, waiting usually makes things better, don't you think? Look, I gotta go. I can't say that it... Don't. All right.
Mrs. Dawson.
Oh, thank you for yesterday, Dash. Thanks for being there.
I'm sorry, Miss Dawson.
Now, if there's anything we can do for you, just give us a bell any time of day, all right?
You all right?
What?
Look, Dash, last night in the pub, I was
No,
only trying to
forget
help.
about it.
Fair enough.
What is all this about?
Oh, that's about procedure.
That's about me.
No, it's about procedure.
Checking up on me is procedure.
You really didn't handle that fatal very well
I explained all that to you.
Yes, well, I just wanted to find out why you lost your police licence.
Fine, go and read it, see if you can find a horror story in it.
There's not too much to it, really. It's practically a technicality.
No, but still you had to go behind my back.
You didn't cut the mustard yesterday.
You could have just asked me.
You could have reapplied for your licence 3 weeks ago, why didn't you?
I was going to sit the driving test on Friday, but I have to go to court. I don't want Tom any more narky with me.
Burglaries, same MO.
Well, you've got a suspect?
Paddy Flynn, but there's a problem.
Yeah, Paddy's inside. There is a younger brother, though, Terry. He might have come back.
Boss, Chris called. 3 cars have been vandalised in the pub car park.
They're all in here having meals. No one saw anything.
Yeah, well, I'll go and have a chat to them anyway. Thanks, Chris.
What's Sal doing in here?
Sal, free country.
Taking a break?
No, Shane, unfortunately not. I'm checking out some possible criminal damage. Listen, you get out the back and see what's been done to the cars for me?
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I've been called to tow one of their cars. I'll just let the owner know what's going on.
Thanks, mate.
What are you doing here?
Oh, well, one of these people called me.
And I just offered him a package deal better cheaper than yours.
Just a sec.
I was here first, mate.
Sal, we'll sort out the
He's
towing.
not stealing my
Sal,
customers.
We'll sort out the towing later.
I know what you're up to,
Sal.
mate. I'm watching you.
Sal's here about the tender.
Oh, yeah, all right. I'll speak to him in my office. And get a haircut, will you?
The kids have been all over the steel cars and vandalise them, isn't it?
So what are you saying? We're looking for somebody with a motive. At the moment, that would appear to be Sal. Yeah, all right. As soon as we find out what the specifics of the damage are, see if Chris or anybody else at the pub can shed any light on his movements. So, how's it going, Sal?
I'm tendering for the contract.
You could have left this at the front desk.
Well, take a look at it.
It's nothing to do with me. It goes to the district office budget officer along with all the others.
But don't tell me you don't have a say.
Well, local opinion does get a hearing, yeah.
Look, Tom, I live here. We've been doing business for a long time.
If you mean that you've been taking things for granted for a while, well, then yes, I'd have to agree with that.
This twerp moves in and you're all over him like a rash. What's going on?
Well, perhaps he has a bit of respect for the people he does business with, Sal. What do you think?
That tender's right. I better get that contract or else.
Or else what?
We've all got to live here, Croydon.
Thought so. Transmission coolant line's been deliberately cut.
What about the other breakdowns yesterday?
No, we're not looking for vandalism. We find other explanations, but... Yeah, looking at this lot, I think it might have been tampered with by someone who knows what they're doing.
Shane, would you come down to the station, make a statement?
Yeah, no problem. I'll see you there.
Ah. Hey, Liam. Good luck with your driving test, eh?
Thanks.
Good. See you.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Shane.
Bye.
Serial car vandalism. It's a bit different.
Yeah, well, there doesn't seem to be a pattern with all of this. It means it might be kids.
Kids, I don't think so.
Well, PJ, there are a lot of kids out there who know more about cars than we probably do.
All right. I'll drive you back to the station and check out the kids' theory. I've got a lead on this Terry Flynn.
No, hang on, I thought he left town.
No, I'm going to have a word to a couple of close acquaintances.
As if they're going to tell you anything.
Moving in with Roman.
Well, you haven't told anybody, have you?
No. What? You want me to?
No. We'll tell people when the time's right. It's simple, Mr. Adams. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Bye-bye. Now, what have you got in the car vandalism?
Knowing exactly what's being done to the car should narrow the field a bit.
Yeah, not too many people with that kind of knowledge, Tom. But I hope you catch whoever it is. Me and Ma have got more on our plate than we can handle it. Oh, Liam says that invitation's still open, Constable. What's it down the pub?
Yeah, righto.
This tender business is looking more like Calais Shane goodbye sell every day.
It's not my decision.
Oh, but you can tell them who you like. Or did I get that part of it wrong?
Thank you very much.
Boss, we've got a lead on those Bergs. Terry Flynn's ex knows where we can find him.
Good. Who better to shaft you than your ex-missus?
Too right. Well, at least with the burglary solved, we've only got one epidemic left to deal with.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, mate.
Slim, like what?
Oh, I don't know what of it.
He wants to go for a drive. Well, are you going to accept it? The guy's an idiot. I'm sick of that petrol head crap that they go on with. You wouldn't get me in the car if you paid me.
Adam. I need you to go over to the Imperial, see if anyone noticed Sal D'Angelo leave the bar at the time these vehicles were damaged.
Sal?
Just routine inquiries at this stage.
Boss, I'm heading off. I'll take Maggie with me.
Well, take McKinley with you too. Get her out of my hair.
I thought he'd just gone to the toilet, but he was gone for a hell of a long time. And Hayley said one of the glasses she picked up off the bar had grease all over it, so, you know, it must have been Sal's.
Yeah, but Sal's a mechanic. I mean, his hands would be greasy most of the time.
Well, they weren't when I served him earlier. I'd have noticed, because it makes the glasses impossible to clean.
Well, who else was in the bar at the time?
Well, all the other people who had their cars vandalised. I think PJ's got all their names. It's awful about Brian and Sue Dawson, you know. Not that I'm saying it's better to have one child killed in a car accident, but imagine losing two at once.
I don't even want to think about it.
It's just terrible, all the kids that have been killed in the last couple of years. There's Billy Peters, Fleur Gregory, Dash's friend Marnie Daniels. I mean, Dash was incredibly lucky to get out of that accident alive.
What, in the accident she had in Melbourne?
No, on the road to St David's. Marnie had just got a licence. Dash was about, 15, I think.
You want to get that?
Yeah. PJ? It's Flynn.
What's he doing here?
Flynn, get out of the car!
Stop the car! Block the driveway! McKinley, stop that car!
Dash, get out of the car!
Great, just great.
No, mate. No prior convictions. No, clear.
I told you to block that drive. Yeah, well, what is it like, Dash? What is
PJ,
it
if
like?
she had have driven the police vehicle, there would have been a hell of a lot explaining to do. She doesn't have a police licence.
Compared to the explaining I'm going to have to do now, Maggie, that would be... Look, you had to drive the car 6 feet.
It's
What noise about?
Where's Flynn?
He shot through. It was a total fiasco.
She refused to put herself and police property in danger.
Boss, she froze, all right?
Let's face it, she's a liability.
Now, what do you suggest I do?
Somebody else? Send her back?
But you know as well as I do that that's not an option. You and the rest of us are going to have to learn to live with that because that's the way things are going to stay. I'll talk to her.
I thought you'd be happy that I followed regulations.
This sudden bowing to authority comes as a bit of a surprise. Nevertheless, Terry Flynn got away and I have a detective who's blaming you.
But that is his problem.
Listen, we work in a very stressed environment here, and I don't like to think that any one person contributes more to that stress than any of the others.
I don't see what I could have
Just
done.
try to remember the repercussions your actions will have on your workmates and how they'll react to them.
Yes, Tom.
And get your bloody licence.
What's going on there?
Oh, nothing for us to worry about, mate.
Hey, Nick,
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable Silk speaking. Leon, thank you very much. Yes, I'll just put you through to him. Hey, PJ?
Yep.
That scruffy mate of yours from Melbourne, Leon's on the line.
Righto, Tomo.
Just gotta put you through now. Now, what can I do you for?
I was just talking to Chris down the pub. She told me something pretty interesting.
Well, she's a very interesting person, though.
About Dash, mate.
That's all you got on Kellerman? No, Tamo.
What have you been saying to the boss about Dash?
It's not going to make any difference.
What have you been saying?
Listen, it's a uniform problem, Nick, so the uniforms can sort it out, all right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, there is. The boss wants us to go pick up Sal D'Angelo. He's got some information to make Sal a cert for the car vandalism.
Let's not have one happy moment today.
Yeah, right, you will, because we're going to take Dash with us.
Nick, I don't think this
She's
is a
good
good
value,
idea.
PJ. I know she makes mistakes, mate, but if you don't make mistakes, you're doing nothing.
I'm sorry, he hasn't been in since lunchtime, but this is the time he normally comes in if you want to wait.
Well, why don't you wait here and Dash and I'll go check his home at his workshop.
Yeah, right, mate. Let me know if you find him.
All right.
Ta-da.
See you.
Bye. See ya.
Chrissy, Professor Kellerman been in today?
He was in earlier buying some wine. What's it got to do with Sal?
No, nothing. I've just been making a few inquiries about him, that's all.
You're checking up on Maggie's boyfriend?
No, he's not just a boyfriend. They're moving in together.
Honestly, PJ, that is
I just
disgusting.
don't want her to get hurt, that's all.
All right, let me guess you found out something. What's he done?
Well, nothing illegal. Distinguished career, he's paid all his bills, a very successful marriage.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do I do?
Well, you keep your mouth shut, mate.
You've got to be joking.
Look, it's her life. When she finds out, and she'll have to deal with it.
The guy is conning her.
Look, if you tell her, who's she going to be angrier with, him or the messenger?
Why are we stopping here?
Oh, I'm just a bit sick, actually, Dash.
Can we drive on, please?
What's the problem?
There's no problem.
They're not bad houses here, actually, are they? Although number 11 could do with a bit of work, do you think?
Look, Nick, if you're feeling sick, why don't we go back to the station?
If I'm sick, you should drive me back to the station.
I'm already in enough trouble.
Drive the car.
No, I won't.
I mean, you can't.
I can drive.
You've been avoiding doing that test, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
You're scared of getting your
Just
licence.
leave me alone, Nick.
You're in danger of becoming a really bad joke, Dash. I mean, it's one thing to lie to the people you work with, but the way you bullshit to yourself is pathetic. You only obey a rule when you want to hide behind it. Your problem's not Tom nagging you or PJ bitching at you. Your Bingle in Melbourne or the Dawson kids dying. It's what happened to you in St David's 4 years ago.
What would you know?
I know about Marnie Daniels.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's her house there, isn't it? I used to come here to see her. Go on, look at the house, Dash.
Well, that's unreal.
Look at the house.
Get out!
Look at it!
Yeah.
Drop in. I'll just change this one. Hang on. Cool.
That's her house, isn't it?
Marnie, this is unreal. You've got wheels.
I know, and they're mine. I can't believe it. This is so grouse. I can't
can't believe actually that it's you sitting in the car beside me and not Mum. God, that used to annoy me. Hey, look, let's do something this weekend.
Unreal.
I don't know. We'll go to Melbourne or something. We'll visit. Oh God! Money! Oh my. Money. Money. Oh. Money. Oh my. Oh God. She's dead. She's dead. She's my best friend. Money.
How long have you been frightened to drive?
I thought I'd gotten over it, because I passed the test at the academy. And then I had that stupid accident in Melbourne and it all kind of came back to me. I was happy when they suspended my licence because I didn't have to think about it. And then yesterday with Brian and Sue, I couldn't stop thinking about money.
You'll be right. I mean, I feel better already.
Well?
Pete?
What? Did you find Sal?
No.
What have you been doing all this time? What have you done with PJ?
Oh.
I hear you blokes have been looking for me.
I found Sal.
So you admit that your business is losing money?
Everyone goes through a slow patch.
Oh, it's a bit of an understatement, isn't it, Sal? I mean, the way I hear it, you've got regulars jumping ship in droves.
Because that little punce Conroy's undercutting me, that's why.
So you decided to do a little bit of creative work on a few parked cars.
Arrest me. Go on, I dare you. You got no proof.
Can you explain your absence from the bar of the Imperial Hotel at the time the cars were vandalised, and how come you had oil on your hands when you got back?
I don't really see why I should tell you what I was doing. But I guess you'll arrest me if I don't.
Very astute, Sal.
I went to pay some bills. And on the way back from the post office, I met Mrs. Carruthers. She had something wrong with the car. I checked it for her. It was just a loose wire. She drives that Humber, you know.
You realise that I can check on all this stuff fairly easily. So you helped Elsie Carruthers with her car?
And I didn't charge her for it either.
Oh, last of the good Samaritans, eh, Sal?
You ought to check up on that Conroy bloke.
Why is that?
Because I wasn't the only mechanic in the pub at the time.
Hey, passed your licence, huh?
Sure did. Can I take you for that ride now? Chuck your bike in the back and I'll drive you in style.
Liam, you won't be driving anyone anywhere in style. You're a P-platter. You're driving a high-powered vehicle, and that's an offence. Do you realise that's a $105 on-the-spot fine? Look, phone your dad, ask him to come and pick you up because I'm taking your keys.
Can't do that.
Yes, I can. Now phone your dad and he can take you home.
Yeah, I just think you should give her a bit of time because she's going to make a pretty good copper, I reckon. She's agreed to have counselling. Should be right.
Thank God for small mercies. Boss,
That was fingerprints. They got some good dabs on the vandalised cars.
well, I'll tell you whose they won't be. They won't be Saldangelo's. He's got a great alibi with Elsie Carruthers.
Yeah, well, they're Shane Conroy's.
But what's the idea of that girl taking my boy's car off the road? He's only had his licence 10 minutes.
By girl, sir, I take it to mean Constable McKinley.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Why don't you come on through? Now, let me get this straight. Now, you encouraged that boy of yours to go out on the road in a hotted-up car with no sense of responsibility, is that it?
I think we've got a communication problem.
Really?
Here.
Come on through.
I thought you blokes were all right. I thought you'd do the right thing.
I intend to. Shane Conroy, I'm going to interview you in regard to charges of criminal damage to property, namely a number of motor vehicles. You're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence. Does that solve the communication problem? Why don't you take a seat? The way I look at it, you're either half right or half wrong. Now, I like to think I was half right.
And that's ironic to think that Shane's prints are on file from a dangerous driving charge.
Stop. Patsy.
Tell her I'm not here.
You're fine, then.
No hard feelings, Tom?
Really, Sal?
Well, you do me a favour. Now that creep Conroy's out of the way, who are they going to get to fix their cars?
Oh, it's funny the way life turns out sometimes, isn't it?
And when the contract's signed, we'll be back to business again. Large one, Chrissy.
Yeah, my shout, Sal.
Oh, I got a double galleon.
You'll make yourself sick.
Nick, thanks for your help today.
It's all right.
Yeah, I wanted to say thanks.
And vice beer.
You didn't help me that much.
She's washing on a shout already.
No, I think it's Adam's shout.
Hey?
No, you can leave me out of it. I've got to go. Meeting Roman.
All right.
Max?
Yep. What is it? Running late.
Oh, have a good night.
I will.
Good.
See ya. Night. Night.
Night.